And, I talked about Dave. Him and I have been on a few affiliate retreats together. Our next speaker, him and I as well have been at an affiliate retreat together. And I can tell you this guy is one of the hardest working. I remember we'd wake up early, like 6 a.m. We'd eat breakfast. We'd go out on the boats. We'd go out on the jet skis. We'd play on the lake all day. And then we'd come back for lunch and then go back out, do it again, have a mastermind that went till like 12 o'clock at night. And then this guy was sitting there on his laptop from like 12 to 4 a.m. working, communicating with his groups and with his followers. And then I remember it was funny because we ran out of rooms and he was sharing, like there was a bunk bed room that we were in and he was sleeping in one bunk bed. Ben was in another bunk bed. I was in another. And this guy, his alarm would go off at 6 a.m. He had just gone to bed 2 hours earlier. He gets up, he's working. Like, he is one of the hardest working guys, and he has provided a ton of value to ClickFunnels, to our affiliates. And so I want to introduce our next speaker, my friend, Mr. Doug Boughton. Doug, what's going on, man?
What's up, Myles? What an intro. I really appreciate all that. Really epic to be here with you guys today.
Well, dude, I am so excited that you're here. I see all your stuff in the background. I see the box set. I see the steering wheel. The dream car winner. I see the ClickFunnels hat. Dude. Oh,
dude, out, man. You guys hooked me up.
Oh, we love it. We love it. How you doing with the LASIK? You doing good?
I'm doing really good. So I got LASIK about 4 days ago, and it is amazing. Like, just being able to, I don't have the worst sight, but it's super clear now. Reading up close, I've been trying to read every day, and it's been a little bit rough, but they're healing. Like, I need another few days and I'll be back to my workouts and everything. So.
Well, awesome. Not to do a little pun here, but we are about to see behind the scenes with Mr. Doug here. Super excited to have you. And Dave came on, he gave a little bit and we turned it into more of an interview style. Doug and I were going to be going back and forth. It's going to be more interview style. So if you guys have any questions for Doug, ask him right now in the comments. Let us know. We'll be pulling those up. I also have some questions for Doug as well. But Doug, I want to give you a few minutes, kind of tell a shortened version of how you got into this world and then really what you've been doing to have success as an affiliate. Because you guys, Doug, like Dave's one of our top affiliates and Doug is one of our top affiliates. These guys know what they're doing and they're crushing it. So Doug, it's all yours, my friend.
Yeah. And by the way, massive shout out to Dave for what he's shared. Super inspirational. And just being able to connect with him at the mastermind from the One Funnel Away Challenge was so good. Like, he showed me a lot of things behind the scenes that like helped me actually learn boundaries. Like, when you mentioned I was up all night working, like, it's not healthy to do, guys, but sometimes we got to put in the work. We got to put in the work. But Dave has shared a lot of things with me to help me organize my life and structure. And if we want freedom, it starts with structure. Structure equals freedom. And it took me a long time to realize that, but Dave was one of the people that helped me really realize that. So massive shout out to Dave. All right. And Myles, thanks for having me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to all you amazing people out here today. Drop your questions as you guys, maybe I spark some interest or something that comes up. Drop your questions, here to help. And yeah, I want to give you guys a quick little backstory. I get a lot of people asking the question, how did you get your first affiliate signups? And how did you find ClickFunnels? So let's get into that. And I won't bore you with the entire story, but I started going into this journey looking for a way, like most people, to pay off student loans or pay off your debts that you have. For me, I went to a 5-year program in Philadelphia, Drexel University, and I took out student loans like most of us have done when we go to college. And my senior year, they asked for me to find a new co-signer. I could not use my mother and my grandmother, who have used to sign previous notes. And I couldn't find anybody. So I ended up dropping out. $56,000 of student loans over that 5-year program, more than doubled, $114,000 worth of student loan debts, which is absolutely crazy. It's my own fault for not like reading the fine print, and noticing that it was accruing interest from day one. But I spent almost a decade trying to look for a vehicle to help me make money online to pay off those debts. And it wasn't like I wasn't working offline. I had a full-time sales job I was really good at. Like, I was ranked nationally. I had multiple restaurant jobs on top of that because I was always trying to find out how can I eliminate this debt as fast as possible. And it took me 8 years. And in 8 years, I paid off $18,000 out of $114,000. So I was accruing interest faster than I could pay it off. And then in the last 2 years, actually less, I paid off the entire student loan because of the opportunity you guys have given me here to share with you. So yeah, I'm just super grateful. And life just seems to be getting better and better as I do things in my life that serve me. We'll talk more about that later. But really what it led to was we all do things online. We all find opportunities to promote. Maybe your first thing was doing multi-level marketing like mine. Maybe your first thing was promoting other affiliate offers. Maybe it was building out a course. You want to sell your own information, or maybe it was doing done for you services, taking these skills that you've learned to go and teach to others. And that was I've tried it all. So I could probably relate to most of you guys who have been working towards growing online and growing that income to provide you more space and time to create what you're really supposed to be here to do. And for me, what it looked like, I was selling websites to local restaurants in my area. I didn't know what I was doing with WordPress. One day I saw an advertisement. It was really creative. I love creative, the different ways that you guys promote ClickFunnels. And this one, there was an octagon rink, right? Like an MMA style wrestling rink that I think you guys rented at the time or had it at Russell's house, who knows where. And there was two people in the rink. One person was on a laptop, the other person was on a laptop. They were facing each other, ready to square up. And bottom line was, one was using ClickFunnels, one was using some kind of software like WordPress, who knows what it was. And they were tasked to build out a landing page. And within 10 minutes, they sped it up. 10 minutes later, she had completed an entire web page and he barely got anything done. And check this out. It's just ClickFunnels. Look how easy. And they start showing you. And I was sold immediately. I'm like, I'm all in. Let's go. It did take me about a year of playing around with the software and finding time, because I was working 3 jobs to figure this thing out. But once I learned ClickFunnels, and I just fell in love with the product, and I knew I had to go share it with other people. So when I get the question, Doug, how did you go from working a restaurant 60 hours a week to making 6 figures through the ClickFunnels affiliate program as quick as you did without ads and without a following? What was the process? So I'm hoping to get some clarity for you guys out there trying to get your first ClickFunnels signups today. And I've got something cool to show you guys on how I did that. So my first 6 signups were clients. And the first one was my restaurant that I worked at. They had a wine dinner. I was scheduled to work it. We ordered the wine. We had a band there ready to go. We had the staff there, the specialty foods and the specialty wines that we ordered for this event. Long story short, we had to cancel the event because we didn't have enough tickets sold. No one really showed up. We still had to pay for the band, the wine, the food, the staff. We lost big. And I thought to myself, all these things I've been learning for the last few years, I could definitely help the restaurant out. I went to Joe, the owner, and said, how come we don't have an email list? If we sent one email, we could have sold these tickets out like that. So I created a simple web page for the restaurant using ClickFunnels that houses their menus and some basic information from the opt-in, give us their birthday, give us their anniversary date. And we started creating these campaigns to target upcoming birthdays, upcoming anniversaries. I'll show you guys an up-close vision of this, but I took the results. We ran ads for 1 week, and it wasn't a lot of money, $5 a day. We ran ads within a 5 to 10 mile radius around the restaurant for upcoming birthdays. And we spent $33.28. We acquired 84 emails and bot registrants for 40 cents each. Out of that, 22 customers came into the restaurant and spent $1,724 for a $5,000 return on investment. So I took those numbers. This is our ad. We literally just created a little picture, said, hey, someone has a birthday coming up. Come on and celebrate with us. And I'll just give you guys some context so you could watch the replay and pause this. There we go. Cool, right? So let me get this focused as much as I can. The results, and then just some visual representation. So I then took this document and I went to all the restaurants in my area who didn't have websites. You Google local restaurants. I simply state I'm local. I work at this restaurant. I've got them this result. Would you be open to just meeting me for a few minutes? And I know we can't really go in person these days. It's a little tough with everything going on in the world, but a quick little Zoom session. In that meeting, I would provide them with value. I would bring them up and show them that they're not ranked in Google Maps. So I would sit there for 5 minutes, go to google.com/business, get them on Google Maps. And the cool thing about that is they're going to send them this little postcard. And that's a perfect reason to follow up with that business 5 days later and say, hey, did they mail you that postcard yet? I need that code on there to get you officially set up on Google Business. And I did it for free. And they appreciated that because they get calls from people all the time pretending to be Google, trying to sell them that service for thousands of dollars. And why not give value up front and let them get to know, like, and trust me? And this is the same process no matter who you're trying to get ClickFunnels in the hands of or set up with. It's just the same strategy. It's outreach, open language, creating value, giving them something, and then having a reason to follow up. So I'd follow up, get that code, and I would go give them a review. I'd ask them for, I'd give them the review link to go get a few more reviews. And next thing you know, they're top 3 on Google Maps. And when I send them the proposal for building out their landing page, which I literally just use a share funnel from ClickFunnels and duplicate it, change the colors, add their logo, change the menu options, make it look somewhat like their brand, I could do it in a couple hours. And I deliver that to them. They're more likely to say yes to that proposal because I just provide so much value on the front end. Now, out of those original 6 clients, 4 of them still use ClickFunnels 2 years later. And the only reason those 2 other restaurants don't use ClickFunnels is because they went under. They actually didn't survive over the last few months, which is sad. But I still support them in their other business ventures that they have. So why don't they cancel ClickFunnels? Well, they have all their assets built on it. It's building their email list. They're making money with it. They don't see it as a bill like a lot of people see it as. It's an investment that pays a high return. And it's easy to use. So in the beginning, I did service those clients. And to me personally, it felt like I had 7 bosses instead of having just, myself to work for. So my whole reason of looking for freedom was to not have bosses calling me every day. So I started to ask myself, well, like, how can I get to 100 ClickFunnels users without servicing 100 clients? Because that would be very difficult to do. And it led me to funnel hacking other dream car winners and just seeing what was working for others. And I noticed gaps, just looking for gaps in the market that I could fill. And one of the biggest things I saw people doing was starting a Facebook group. And we talked a lot about Facebook groups with Dave, and we'll go more into mine and my strategy, but it is to date like my number one organic, which is free leads generation process. My Facebook group is shown to people on Facebook from Facebook for free. People join it, and I've kind of optimized it so that it's collecting information. So when they join the group, I ask 3 questions. And this is how I hit Dream Car Guys as fast as I did. When I quit my job, I struggled with my clients. I lost them as a service. Like, I wasn't getting paid from them to manage their ClickFunnels account. They learned how easy ClickFunnels was to use and stopped paying me to manage it for them because they knew they could do it on their own, which is, I don't know, it's a good or a bad thing at the time for me. But it's good because it led me on this new journey, and that was helping others with that same thing. Get them set up on ClickFunnels, let them manage it themselves. And when people join my Facebook group, I obviously get their name because it's Facebook, but I ask them, do you have a ClickFunnels account? Obviously, they're searching for sales funnels or ClickFunnels in my keywords in my group name. And when they join, I ask them, that first question is, do you have a ClickFunnels account? And I received so many no's to that question, and still do. And what do? We reach out, we provide some free content for them to get to know, like, and trust me. And in that free content, there's just links to sign up to ClickFunnels. And within 66 days, I had signed up over 100 people to ClickFunnels without ads, which is just amazing. So if you guys aren't doing a group strategy, highly, highly recommend it. A lot of people will be saying, well, I don't know what to teach. Well, question number 2 of when they join my group is, what do you want to learn? Like, what is your number one struggle? Like, use that space to create a research question, an ask campaign. Now I've got 7,000 people in a Facebook group that have answered that question. I know 7,000 things that people want to learn. Go and look through those things and see what the majority of them are saying, and go and either teach that if you don't know, like, go and become an expert in that subject matter. Read these books right here, and you will learn the skills you need to get results for others, and teach things the right way. And again, it's just interpretation, finding things that are working and interpreting in your own experiences and stories. And then 3rd question, what is your email address so I could send you my Sales Funnel Mastery course for free? And you give them more value in exchange for an email address. It's essentially my opt-in page. All right. My Facebook group is an opt-in page. And then my Facebook group is my webinar room where I go live and I create nurturing content I interview clients that are having success with ClickFunnels. I interview other amazing people in the space, provide value. And then occasionally I'll have a live webinar I stream to my Facebook group. It becomes my webinar room. And that conversion piece of content will turn people into buyers. And I think it's a really fine balance of sharing. Like if you're not sure what kind of content create, like let's just share the work. Like you guys will see me going live and like, hey, check out these slides I'm building, or hey, look at these packages that ClickFunnels sent me, or hey, I'm going to the post office to mail some stuff out. Like share your day to day. It's like behind the scenes, you see Russell doing this very well, and we're also intrigued with that aspect. But then we also love trainings and education and sharing that and giving value. And then of course you're gonna have to create time and freedom and space to not have to work a job. So we have to make offers that help people. And from that, we could make a really good living. So that's kind of the process that I go through now. And hopefully that helps you guys with some ideas on how to get started.
Dude, absolutely kill it. First, the ROI on the ads you ran for that restaurant are like
wild, right?
About some crazy ROAS, dude. That is awesome. And Dave mentioned it, Dave Gamble, because he was talking about it as well. It's funny, he was in leadership and coaching, and just naturally becoming a successful affiliate came along with that. Same with you, like you were helping restaurants, and then all of a sudden you became this super successful affiliate. And I think the thing that goes along with all those is providing value. Like Dave was providing value, you were providing value, and you guys still are. And that goes a long way. Like I'm part of your Facebook group, and like people don't just like Doug, or people don't just like Dave in his Facebook group. They love Doug. They love Dave. Like they are providing value. They are helping them. Obviously, Doug talked about setting boundaries, which is important. But if you are just getting started, like this is where you put your nose to the grindstone and go crazy. But Doug, I asked Dave a couple of the same questions because would you say the majority of your affiliate commissions are a result of your Facebook group?
Absolutely. My Facebook group, I was so nervous to start it. Like I was nervous to go live. I didn't want to do all that, but it was either keep being broke as a restaurant. Not like I was a hard worker, working multiple jobs, being taken away from family events, good and bad events, like weddings, funeral, things you should be at. And I was missing them because of my work. And I feel like I missed out my entire 20s because of the student loan debt that had me to go out there and have a life. I had to work and pay that off. And a lot of us get stuck in that, and we beat ourselves up and we say we're not good enough to go out there and lead and create. And it's so far from the truth. So to me, it was like going live and getting uncomfortable in that moment was way easier for me than knowing if I don't do that in a year from now, I'd be in the same place. So like one thing that speaks to me and allowed me to be successful was invest at think about your future self and like what that person would do. And I know it's hard. Like it's like graduating from kindergarten to first grade, or going from 5th grade to 6th grade, or 7th, 8th grade to like a high school. It's a big change and it's scary, but guess what? We've been through that before. We've gone through change. And what happens when you go from middle school to high school? Nothing really changes. You're like, wow, that was easy. But we get so scared to do something different and break out of our comfort zones. But I have learned to embrace difficulty, and life will become so much more easy. And I know it sounds crazy, but that's a process I'm really jumping into now as I continue to grow and develop.
I love that. And I think many of us, like, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, one of the advantages I have in my job is I'm around Russell Brunson, Dave Woodward, Brent Copeters, John Park, some of the best in the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's always some level of imposter syndrome where it's just like, man, like I have so much, but am I good enough? And I think, like you said, as you start doing those things, you realize like, man, I do know what I'm talking about. I am really good at this. I can help people get results. And that's something that you guys, I think we all work through. And, it's been crazy to watch how much you've progressed over the last, 2-3 years, just, as both an affiliate and then just your confidence as well, which is super cool. And I think you hit it right on the head. Like, do it scared. And then you just realize like, oh, like I can do it and I'm good at it. So your Facebook group, you just kind of talked about that. If if Doug, you were starting brand new, and I asked Dave the same question, like
Mhm.
you somehow your affiliate account got hacked and all the commissions went to me, hooray me. But let's say you lost your affiliate account, everything else, like what would you do starting brand new?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is they log into ClickFunnels, they go and grab their affiliate links, and they just go start spraying, and they will sell anyone and everybody. And when you're in communities of people all doing the same thing, it creates this a frenzy, and it's really off-putting to not only ClickFunnels but others, and it's not good. So I want you to really dive in and think about this, and it's probably right in front of your face, but it's about, like, if you think about niching down essentially as like a tree, right? So like we're in this make money online space, right? And creating opportunity. And then you have all these branches, and one of those branches are tools and softwares. Then you have techniques and tactics. I went up, entrepreneurship, make money online, ClickFunnels affiliate, and now I'm getting to these leaves. Well, who can I teach this to? And it's people a lot like myself. So I'm interactive. I love giving value to the Facebook groups with ClickFunnels and marketing, but I'm in groups that I'm finding people that are a lot like myself. It's like, so I would start a Facebook group and find out who is my ideal avatar, what problems are they having, how can I help them like get out of that problem they're having, how can I provide a solution. So for me, like right now, like I give a lot of value to groups like in person development. Let's be honest, like we're all human. We would all love more freedom. We all need more resources, money, time to do that and create the space to actually create what we're here to do. So it doesn't matter. Like I wouldn't target other marketers. I mean, it's find people that are like yourself, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, or even just last week. So I'm in groups like this, Aura Ring, like people that wear this care about their sleep. They care about personal development. I'm in groups with my Canon. I got all these new Canon tools you see around here that I'm trying to figure out. So I'm in groups like that, and I'm just sharing and documenting the process. Paying off my student loans, like it was a huge problem I faced in my life, and my credit repair. So I was in credit repair groups, debt relief groups, and I'm just documenting the journey and connecting, building relationships. They start seeing my content. They find my Facebook group. They're like, wow, this guy's doing well. He paid off his debts. Like, what's he doing? So like, again, find things that you could absolutely relate to. Go become the life of the party in those communities that are already congregating your dream avatar, like they talk about in Traffic Secrets, and just really start those conversations, not from a standpoint of, hey, you could make money, here's my link and go sign up to the software. It's having a conversation with someone to find out where they're at on their journey, if this tool could help them, and then give them every possible resource and value that will help them use that tool profitably and have success with it. So I think that's really where I would focus.
I love that. And I hope everybody was paying attention to that. Like just Doug's going to different groups and providing value. Like it's not the entrepreneurial group. It's not the affiliate groups. He's going into these other ones where people are like, cause that's, ClickFunnels and our affiliate program, like it is, it's, how can we help you guys find that freedom, whether it's financial freedom or time freedom or freedom from a job and those types of things. And, I love that. So Doug, I think one of the things is think outside of just the entrepreneurial world. Where are people trying to better their lives? Whether it's the Aura Ring that you talked about, the Canon, any of those things, like go find those groups. And again, don't go in there, be spammy, be slimy, but go in there and provide a ton of value and just share your journey, document what's going on. And people love that because, Dave mentioned it and Doug just mentioned it. Like everyone's at a different point in their journey. So share where you're at because there's someone who's a little bit behind you or maybe way behind you that's looking up to you as the industry or thought leader. So I absolutely love that. You guys keep dropping questions in the comments for us. Now, Doug, at the beginning, we talked about, how hard you worked and then that Dave kind of helped you set up some of those boundaries. Actually asked a question, said, what kind of boundaries do you have? Do you want to talk about your boundaries that you have and how you kind of establish those?
Absolutely. I think we all have our to-do lists, and I think the power of having your do not list is so clutch. And I don't think people already talk about that. And I break some of these boundaries every now and then when I need to, and it's okay. We're human. But one thing, and there's seasons of business. So in build mode, I will work extra in delivery and things like that. But some of those are organization. No one talks about organization and productivity hacks. Number one thing that holds people back from taking action is time and money. At least those are the two excuses they're making up in their brain to keep them comfortable. So for me, it's like, how can I create lessons or value or trainings to help people save time and save money or make more money? And one of those things, I don't know if I could show you guys like how I organize my documents, but just starting with your workspace. How are your Google Drive, your folders, how are they organized? I could now, if you ask me for one of my affiliate links, I could click one button on my Chrome bar, open up that document, and I have all my affiliate links right there. It takes me 2 seconds. Because in the past, someone would say, hey, Doug, what's your affiliate link for this? I'm like, oh, I'm doing something. I have to go log into ClickFunnels, I have to go and find it, and I'll forget, and I lose out on that sale. So now it's like 2 seconds, I could drop something in the chat right now for you guys, and I'd love to show you guys if I could possibly share for a hot second, just to show you like how I've organized.
Yeah, perfect. Let me add that to the stream.
Yeah. Just so you guys know what I do, like my folder setup, for example. And another thing Dave taught me was like keeping track of documents, using certain apps to keep track of documents and organization. So I got my daily tools, things I use every day, right in a folder here. My program stuff, I've got all the Facebook groups that I'm in, that I'm a part of. If I have a quick question, I could go into one of these groups and ask a question, or I could add value. That's probably too many groups. I wouldn't focus on that many, but I'm part of a lot of communities. I love them all. So it's hard to like say, content links. So my affiliate links, boom, got all my links right here in a document, like I mentioned. And then we have coaching programs, courses. Who here buys courses and doesn't go through them? We're all guilty of it. I have all the courses I ever purchased here. So if I need something about a certain topic, I could one click, I'm in the course, I'm access to the content. And just stuff like this. So finances, important financial links, and so on. So just getting super organized. Boundaries, something that helps me get more done in a day than I used to in literally a week is, this might look crazy to you, but having a calendar that you show up to that block, and in that block, you're focused on that one thing. So I'll be a little bit late to my coaching call, my mentors, but that's okay because I'm here giving value. But like, that's really it. Working from a blocked schedule could be really powerful for you.
Well, awesome. I don't want to keep you from that call.
No worries. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Well, Doug, literally, I appreciate you coming on, sharing. The value that's been provided today from both Dave and from yourself is incredible. And these guys, I mean, Dave told you where you can find him. Doug, do you want to share where they can find you? Like, just, tell them where they can find Doug.
Cool. I live in my Facebook group, Sales Funnel Mastery. I'm at least commenting or going live in there almost what seems to be daily. And I just love that community. One of my biggest missions is to help entrepreneurs that are stuck in their jobs learn this process and do it the right way to be successful, so they could create more freedom and time. And when you guys find that, like, that's why I love it. Real quick, I love affiliate marketing, because if you don't know what to sell online, stop selling everything. Align with 1 or 2 products. I call it real, right? Relatable. I sell ClickFunnels because it's so relatable to what I've done in the past, and it made it easier for me. So relatable. There's a potential to earn. Like, your guys' affiliate program is so good as far as like the generosity you guys give to us. And then alignment, like align with the products you're selling. Stop selling things that you don't even know the owner's name or what they're standing for. Like, ClickFunnels liberate and educate, give entrepreneurs the tools and resources they need to succeed online. It's like, who does not support that as an entrepreneur? And then lastly, longevity. I can't tell you how many years I wasted online selling things that were here one day and gone the next. And I want to start that, but find real products, stand behind them, become profitable with them, quit your job, go out there and have space and time now to create what the next thing that shows up. Something will show up and say, hey, create this next. And then you'll focus on that. So if I have any advice to you guys, is focus one platform, one offer, one product, one message, told in different ways, and see what happens for you next. Just stay consistent, show up, do the work.
Doug, dude, my man, I'm going to let you end on that because that was like insane. So, Doug, thank you so much. You guys in the comments, let Doug know you appreciate him and his time. We're going to let him go. I do have a few announcements I want to make, but you guys let Dave know, let Doug know how much you guys appreciate it. If you have questions, tag them in here. They are amazing. They'll hop in. I'm not going to, commit to this, but they'll try to answer questions as they can. So,
yeah. Awesome. All right, Myles. As always, thank you for having me. Thank you guys all for watching. Hope I inspired some of you guys today. Continue to go out there and crush it.